Who's in Bristol for the first time? Well, hello and welcome. Who has been to Bristol before, but only for this conference? Who actually lives in Bristol? Okay, right. So there's a couple of us. Welcome to Bristol. This is kind of inspired by the fact people keep asking me various questions as if I know something, because I've lived here since the 1980s. What do I know? Well, I thought I would try and give you a rough guide to a couple of things. So here's a map, that's where we are. Actually, I think we're about here. The sleeping bit apparently is right in this, over this room. Right, this is a 5-minute walking boundary from here. Okay, obviously plus or minus a bit, you know. But this is a reasonably leisurely pace, I'd say. Okay, so let's just talk about some things. Some things are obviously very clearly highlighted. I know some people know Piccolino's. If you're looking for food, you can go to Piccolino's. There's a bunch of stuff here, Cabot Circus. The rest of this area called Broadmead dies at night. You are not interested in it. There's a bit that happens here, but it gets a little more interesting. There's not a lot over here. I'll point out a couple of things. A little more interesting if you wander over this way. If you wander over this way, you will find kind of the food and things kind of happen around here. Okay, you can have if you fancy playing games and eating, then there's Chance Encounters. There's a bunch of bars around here. Tuk Tuk is a very nice Pan-Asian place, very cheap, very reasonable, but loads of places around here. Just down here, in fact, there's a couple of other things while I'm here. I've been asked in the past about, Kevlin, would you happen to know where there's shops that sell vinyl? Actually, I haven't bought vinyl in years, but I thought I'd make an effort this time. There is actually one round the corner, a specialist subject. And then there's over here. No, let's actually move to the next level of resolution up. Okay, so over here, there's Black City Records, and Rough Trade is over here. So that's within just over 5 minutes walk, but I would call it 5 minutes walk. Then there's a couple of places you can kind of drink around the old market area. That's what this area around the corner, if you go out here, turn left. It's quite characterful. But there's not that much there. Also quite characterful is stuff up here, Stokes Croft. If you want to go and see some Banksies, this is your best bet. It's all off there. We used to call this this is officially called the JBR, the James Barton Roundabout, but it's better known as the Bear Pit in this part of the world. Let me think, is there any other things that I want to point out? Those of you who might be interested in, if you happen to play the guitar, there is just around here, Rick Axe, just up here, there's Mickelberg, and then somewhere around here, there is PMT, which they really need to work on the name. What else we got? Okay, next level out. Okay, now it's getting a little more interesting. So yeah, this is where you're going to find your Banksies, your Mickelbergs. In terms of food, there is a lot here. I would strongly suggest, let me just go back. Back. There we go. The other place you might want to check out, Left-Handed Giant. Nice drinks, nice brew. Get yourself a pizza. This area, Finzel's Reach, is being nicely developed. So there's a lot of stuff there. That really is very, very close. There's the park bit, which is known for a good smoke. So just to let you know, if you kind of like, if you want to breathe the air, you know, it's a relaxed place. Oh, if you're a Warhammer fan, also within 5 minutes, Warhammer is based here. Let me think, anything else that I want to cover? Yeah, then we hit the big stuff. That, Clifton Suspension Bridge, photographic. Also round here, this is the harbour side. Not so interesting during the day, but if you want a good long walk, I would strongly recommend that. And likewise, if you go out here, you've got Clifton, Park Street, good for your legs. Very scenic, kind of, you know, take a photograph if the sun is shining type thing. And again, you can kind of see this area, arts and bits and pieces, middling during the night. It's okay, but there's not so much there in terms of just like casually hanging out.
I'd encourage you to take a long, hard look at yourself, sir. Kevlin Henny. Thank you, Kevlin.